Welcome to the Awakened Impact podcast, where the new paradigm starts here. I'm your host, Kimberly Leving, master coach, trainer, and creator of the Paradigm Shift Method. In each episode, you'll hear real, unfiltered conversations with soul-led entrepreneurs, coaches, and healers here to create lasting change. If you're here to lead with purpose, embody your gifts, and create an impact from the inside out, you're in the right place. Today, I'm joined by someone very special, one of my graduates from the Paradigm Shift Method, and her name is Angel Hulce. Angel is a massage therapist, an energy worker, and a certified paradigm shift practitioner. She combines her background in bodywork with transformational subconscious tools to help her clients release what's been holding them back physically, emotionally, and energetically. And I'm so excited about this conversation and to share her journey with you. So, welcome, Angel.
Thanks, Kim. I really appreciate you having me on.
This is going to be fun. It's going to be a fun conversation.
Absolutely.
It always is. I kind of want to dive into a little bit because we were talking a little bit right before we started and hit record about, well, I was sharing, I've been feeling really like I need to go within and really need to reevaluate things and maybe do things just differently. And you had some really great perspectives on that. So can you share what you just told me?
Sure. You're definitely not alone in feeling that way. I've been feeling that way myself. It feels like things are shifting away and something really big is coming in, but we can't really see it yet. And it feels like I'm on the edge of this precipice, but when I take a step, I know that my magic carpet's going to swoop in and just carry me up. And I think part of that is that we really need to just listen to our intuition and inner guidance in that and trust in the divine, the universe to help us, to guide us.
Uh, Yeah. I'm feeling like this because how I know how information comes into me that we're feeling happens collectively. I've talked to so many healers that are right now, and this is for those, we're recording this at the end of July 2025. I'm feeling like there are a lot of people that I have talked to, and I'm just feeling it in general that are going within and reevaluating how they're doing things and what they're doing, and maybe adding in this deeper work, which I know you've done as well.
Absolutely. I do agree with you with that too. I've heard it from other people. It's not just you and I feeling this way. So many people. And if we look at the astrology going on right now, that aligns with what we're feeling as well. In fact, earlier this year, I was looking at the year ahead forecasts from a few different astrologers, and they couldn't even go past July. They were just kind of blocked as to what was going on because things were going to change so much. So I just find that very interesting and how we can feel that energy.
We absolutely can. And I know that's something we have in common is being able to feel the energy of what's going on along with clients. Let's shift a little bit about and talk a little bit about you and your work. What have you noticed or what did you notice in clients that made you want to go deeper with working with them?
Sure. So with massage, there's the body work aspect of it, but I've always felt there's more to it. The body isn't just a bag of meat, right? Uh, we have our emotions, we have our mental awareness, and then we have connection with other people energetically, spiritually. So all of that is part of your whole being, and being able to address that, as Bessel van der Kolk wrote The Body Keeps the Score, and listen to the audiobook of it, I really was hit with how much we actually store in our bodies. And if we don't get that trauma out, it just sits there. And, in our subconscious mind too, as it can wreak havoc on our lives. I wanted to get to a deeper level with my client. And I noticed naturally that I was already coaching them intuitively. This was kind of just a natural next step for me to really get to the root cause of what's going on. My clients come in with a body complaint, but what's really going on is they had a car accident when they were a teenager, and that emotion, that memory is still trapped to their shoulder. And now they're 38 years old having shoulder problems. They can't lift past here.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. And I feel like I know, at least us in the healing space, like we know this, but I know, like, I didn't start out knowing in my journey as a coach. This is where we met. Well, maybe we met a little bit later, but I started out health coaching. I was only focused on the physical part, not recognizing initially that, like you said, how these emotions are stored in the body and the deep connection it has. And it's profound to me. But I mean, I eventually noticed and was like, okay, there's something else that's deeper here. There's a reason why all the clients that I was having with autoimmune also had trauma in their past. So, talk a little bit about maybe even your own personal health journey and how that led you down.
My journey started when my kids were little, more so than for myself. They were having some health issues, diagnosed with ADD, ADHD type things. And we're noticing maybe they just weren't quite on par with their peers. I started removing some things from our diets, like dairy and gluten and dyes and too much sugar. We didn't take everything away, but really backed off. We were completely gluten free, completely dairy free, and completely dye free. To see their behavior change was amazing to me. Fast forward a few years, we added a health product called Juice Plus, which you know about as well. It's just fruits, veggies, berries in a capsule. And we started taking that, and I noticed an even bigger change. So that was part of it. That kind of led me down a little bit more like of the holistic health lifestyle into that. But I guess backing up a little bit, because part of my journey also includes learning about energy work and spiritual healing along with it. I didn't realize, but it was something that I'd done since I was a child. But this was all natural to me. And that's actually why I became a massage therapist, because my grandma and my mom, I would just give them back massages because they were in pain a lot of times. My mom ended up with fibromyalgia. My grandma had osteoporosis. So they were in pain a lot. And being able to just rub their back as a kid and teenager really helped them. And something that I've always really cherished is to be able to have a high quality of life or help people have a better quality of life. So then it just became putting all the pieces together. I guess here I am.
I love it. And just talking to you, we've known each other for a while. I don't know that I realized how much of your story is similar to mine, because the reason we started was because of my kids, the autism, like we eliminated all those things. We actually went a step further and were super strict for a couple of years. But gosh, I mean, it's very similar. I find it interesting because I never would have done this for myself back then. It was for my kids was my motivation. And then I just kind of fell into the rest and figured out that I needed it too. And I needed it probably more than they did. Not just the health changes, but also the work, the transformational work, all those things that help us evolve and help us help other people. if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Yeah. Very similar here as well. I started getting into it myself because I realized I needed it as well. I had a lot of healing to do. We pick up things along the way, don't we? And instead of letting them go, sometimes we just carry them along. And then all of a sudden, your backpack's way too heavy. And it's hard to get through a day without napping. Or unfortunately, I yelled at my kids a lot when they were little. You try to let that go, right? But that mom guilt, man, that's hard.
It is hard.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I needed the healing. And, once I got more into that mental health aspects of things and the transformational coaching, learning different neuroscience and mindfulness and all kinds of stuff like that. Learning, my train just derailed.
Okay. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, totally lost the train.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll just move on. We'll just move on and see where that takes us. We'll talk a little bit on how this work how you blended it. How have you blended like the massage work and the energy and the subconscious work? How is that? How are you blending?
Most of my clients right now are massage clients. When they come in, I do a pretty standard massage intake, but it comes up in talking.
Yeah.
And sometimes intuitively, I get a question that pops up, or I'm massaging and something is, oh, did you have an accident
Mm.
or what did you do here? I can feel something. And then usually they start talking about it. And then I can ask some questions, maybe release some things. Or I've had clients who will come in and they've had this pain for so long. And I'm like, they've done all kinds of things. They've typically tried at least 5 different avenues, not really getting any result. And maybe their chiropractor or a friend recommended, maybe you should go get a massage. Or maybe they used to get massage and now they're finally coming back to it. But we will talk through that. Have you or do you feel safe to release that
Mhm.
energy? Does it feel safe for your body to heal fully? No, what does that look like for you to heal fully? So I'll start asking some questions to dig into that subconscious layer. And I have had so many people come in. I've had a friend come in and she couldn't raise her shoulder above here. Okay. She's too young for that. Anybody really, I feel, is too young for that. But she has young kids. She's active. She's a farmer. And by the time she left, she had full range of motion. Oh, through massage technique and the subconscious layer, we were able to get that to open up.
And I know now you have this tool with the paradigm shift
Mhm.
method, which goes even deeper. And I'm just curious, like, where do you see or where do you see yourself taking your work next?
Sure. That's a really good question. So I have definitely offered it to some people who have been massage clients. A lot of people really open up about their personal stories. And I'm just like, I have something else that could help you moving forward. So I'm seeing that kind of coming around a little bit more. I do incorporate elements of that into my deeper therapeutic massage work. So it's definitely it's there, but I can't quite give you a straight answer with that because it hasn't landed. Totally get that.
And, it resonates. And I would imagine that a lot of people listening to this may be in that space now where they're on the precipice of something that's coming that's bigger, maybe something completely different than the way they have been doing things before. But I feel like when we're called to this work, the best thing to do is just to take the next simple step. Whatever feels like for me, I know it's okay. Does this bring you joy or is it sapping your energy? And taking next, whatever that looks like.
To know that your next step might be terrifying.
True.
That you might be nervous, you might be scared. And to be honest, Kim, we talked about it. I was nervous to join you on this call. And I just knew it was right for me. And I was excited about it as well because we always have great conversations. So you really helped put my mind at ease with that. But you might not feel ready.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that it's not the right step for you.
So good. Are we ever really ready?
I don't think so. We might think we are, but then we get there and we're like, ooh, maybe I wasn't quite ready for that.
Yeah. But in reality, I mean, there's always more work to do. There's always more things that you can learn or see. But the only way that we really know that is by taking the next step. So that was beautiful advice.
Thank you.
Is there anything you would like to leave listeners with as far as advice about healing or transformation?
I think it is really important to realize that your body knows what to do. You have to listen deeply and intensely. Take some time in quiet. Even if you think you don't have time, you do. 5 minutes, 3 minutes, if that's what it takes to get started. And really listen to what your guidance is telling you. It might start out like you have a pain in your knee because you're not sure why you have that pain in your knee, but that's telling you something. So you need to pause and listen. And you have everything within you that you need.
Okay, so how can people connect with you? What's the best way?
So right now, I do have a website. It is thehearthwithin.square.site. You can connect with me there. You can make an appointment there and on Facebook at The Hearth Within.
Perfect. We'll have those in the show notes so that people can connect with you. And I loved this conversation. It was wonderful.
Thank you so much, Kim.
You're welcome. All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to the Awaken Impact podcast. If today's episode resonated, I'd love for you to subscribe, leave a review, or share it with someone who's ready to rise. You can learn more about the Paradigm Shift Method at KimberlyLeving.com or connect with me on my YouTube channel at Kimberly Leving. Until next time, keep leading the way.